All right, so we're going to graph y equals log base 3 of x on the domain values 1 over 9, 1 over 3, 1, 3, and 9. And then find the domain, range, intercept, and asymptotes. We're going to find those using the graph, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and set up our table of values. These domain input values were selected specifically in such a way that it'll make it possible for us to graph our points without much complications. All right, so we have our x, and then our output y of x is going to be log base 3 of x, and that will help us to generate our corresponding y value. Okay, so let's start with the first input value, x equals 1 over 9. So what's the y value for that? So we're going to evaluate the function at 1 over 9. So we have log base 3 of 1 over 9. So the task here is to express this logarithmic argument as a power of the base. All right, remember the rule: if you have log base b of b to the x, since the base of your logarithmic argument and the exponent are the same, and the base of the log are the same, then you're going to have cancellation happening and you end up with x. Okay? All right, so that's what we're going to try to apply here. We want to express 1/9 as a power of 3. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to reciprocate 1 over 9. When you reciprocate, you negate the exponent, so it's going to be 9 to the negative 1. Now we can write 9 as a power of 3 with ease. 9 is 3 to the second power. But since 9 has a negative exponent, it's going to be 3 to the negative 2. So now we can use the inverse property of logarithms that we have highlighted here to simplify this. The log base 3 and 3 to the negative 2, the bases are identical, so these two cancel each other out. And you have negative 2 as your output value when x is your input. Okay, so y is going to be negative 2. Moving along, let's take a look at the next input value. The next input value is 1/3. So what is the output value? We're going to evaluate the function as 1/3. So we're computing log base 3 of 1/3. So that's going to be log base 3 of 3 to the negative 1. All right, so what we did is the same as what we did before. We just want to express the logarithmic argument 1/3 as a power of 3. So we just reciprocated 1 over 3, and that gives us 3 to the negative 1 power. Okay,